It is the first day of vaccinations at the University of Arizona state-run site. This comes as health officials mark a milestone of 1 million first doses. Good evening, I'm Dan Mares, and thanks for joining us. We begin with team coverage. My co-anchor, Brooke Wagner, joins us from the U of A campus, along with Bailey O'Carroll. But first, we begin with Brooke. And Brooke, how did things go today?
Well, Dan, the sun has officially set on day one and a smooth transition into a state pod. Here you could see the tents are now empty, but earlier today it was a much busier scene, but not in a haphazard way. It was a very well orchestrated drive-through and sit-down vaccine site, and more than 1,000 people actually got through here to get their vaccines. Now, there is discussion that the Rito site could end up being part of an expansion move to vaccinate even more people. And Dr. Kara Christ came down from Phoenix today. She's the head of our state health department, and she discussed that possibility.
We are open to multiple partners and multiple sites as we get more vaccines. So, for example, State Farm Stadium is a 24/7 operation right now. Phoenix Muni has the ability to go 24/7, but given the limited number of doses, they operate 7 to 5. And so the same thing would likely happen here. As we ramped up and got this up to a 24/7, we're always looking for additional sites that potentially could serve as vaccination sites and willing partners who want to partner with the state and the county to operate those sites.
That was Dr. Kara Christ. Now, here's the thing. This is where you could pull up and actually drive through the tents to get your shot today. This is something you won't see anywhere else at any of the state-run sites. This is the first one to give you that option. And Bailey O'Carroll was covering this all day long, and the traffic was one of the biggest concerns going into this. Bailey, how did it go?
That's right, Brooke. Traffic was a big concern here today. It actually went so smoothly. Everybody I talked to, that was a very common theme. I mentioned it earlier tonight, but a well-oiled machine was a term I heard from multiple people here today. Now, I spoke to a couple. They were snowbirds. They come here between November and April for the last 5 years. They're from Minnesota, but they told me they were so excited to be able to get their vaccine here in the state of Arizona.
I wanted to get it here because they made it available for snowbirds. Otherwise, I wouldn't get it till who knows when back home.
Now, this was Skip and his wife's first round of the vaccine. They say the process here today, again, very smooth and seamless. Now, one other thing I want to point out, when it was announced that this site here was going to become a state-run pod, one of the biggest concerns was traffic, as you mentioned, Brooke. Dr. Robert Robbins, the president of the university here, actually talked about that multiple times. You can see here, cars, when they come to this site, they turn off of Campbell Avenue, that's right down there, and come down here. The concern was that it would back up so far, cars would actually maybe be hanging out to Campbell Avenue, possibly even down to Speedway. Again, Dr. Robbins said that was a big concern. I've been here almost all day. Didn't see a line backing up that far at all. Again, almost no traffic. Everything running very smoothly here today. Brooke, I will send it back to you.
Sorry about that. I decided I could take my mask off because no one else is around, and that was a mistake. So sorry about that. But I wanted you to be able to see my smile as I tell you that Dr. Robbins actually said that lockstep is the way the county and the state move together to get this done. And what you'll do when you arrive after you've made your appointment is you'll see a bunch of signs just like this one, and you will bring your photo ID. You will show them that, as well as proof of employment if you are here in Group 1B because you are an essential worker. The main thing, you will keep your mask on from beginning to end. We want to make sure everyone here is safe. The healthcare staff will do the same. They'll give you your shot right in here, and then 15 minutes later, you will get to leave with a bunch of helpful information about what to look for if you should have an adverse reaction, which is very rare, but it does happen. So here I am. I'm here in the drive-thru. This is what a pod, a state pod, looks like. If you are one of the lucky ones to get an appointment, this is where you will come. Appointment is the key term there. You must have an appointment, and here's what you do to get that. You will go to the state website, podvaccine.azdhs.gov. If you need help, you don't have a computer, you can't figure out exactly how you're supposed to make it work, you can go to 602-542-1000. I should say call, not go to. 602-542-1000. And Dan will be back in a little bit to tell you more about how things went today.
All right. Thank you so much, Brooke. Well, the COVID crisis